It's weird to rank.
C. That's what my gut says.
Welcome to Etc., the podcast where we don't even know what will happen. Every episode we spin a wheel of a few topics, and me and my lovely wife Amanda will figure out what to talk about when we get there. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Etc., the podcast where we don't even know what's going to happen. I remember to get my AT 2020, my old reliable. This probably sounds terrible for you guys. I won't do that anymore. Old reliable. I bought this back in 2016. You can tell because the metal grill on the top of it is bent a little bit from years of not treating it the way it's supposed to. Me and this might go way back. When we moved here the first time, for the first 6 months of being here, I was recording into the back of the microphone. Let me double check I'm not doing that anymore. I kind of just assumed the windscreen would be on the right side, and it is. I thought ahead. Because the Shure, while higher quality, is more sensitive, and it only picks up what's in front of it, which was necessary for the apartment. Because in the apartment, the room was huge and empty and had blank walls and wood floor. So it was the echoiest room possible. So I needed something to cut out the echo. And we were planning to upgrade anyway, so it worked out. But the nice thing about this, it should pick us both up pretty well. And now we don't have to be like super close to the microphone anymore.
Yay!
So if the audio sounds different, that's why. I'm sure I'm the only one who will notice or care. But she'll sound louder, which is the important thing. That's what you will notice. The quality, no one's going to notice, but her being louder will be noticed.
I'm sorry, I'm so quiet.
It's okay. You're very quiet, and you married very loud. So we do have to figure that out. Other issue, and I'm good timing. We are in a basement, and this picks up everything. So you will hear that. This is a podcast. Ain't no way in hell we're gonna wait for every step. So just deal with it. That being said, do you want to spin the wheel?
Okay.
I kind of yapped a bunch. I don't know. You didn't get a chance to speak, but there's not much to talk about yet because we didn't spin the wheel. Do you have a topic for today?
Sure. I think I have a topic this time.
All right, spin the wheel. It's got everything on it. A topic for me, a topic for her. Am I the asshole? Relationship advice or tier list? Who knows? Man, I did one last time.
The people just love to hear you speak.
It's me. It's my turn to yap.
But first, the worst sound imaginable.
This microphone is much too sensitive for you to open it that closely. That peaked the microphone. I saw it go into red when you did that. Like, you see the little bar at the top? That's where it went. But while my wife over here drinks some horrible chemicals that'll kill you in your age, I'm drinking something she can't have. Strawberry kiwi gamer subs is goof juice. It's really good. This is probably the first video that I'm advertising this, because the podcast on the main channel that advertises this comes out tomorrow, and the video that advertises it comes out Friday. So it's good. You're gonna get it all week, unfortunately for you. But I'm officially partnered with Gamer Subs. Code RIDETOAST typically gets you 10% off. This week only until 2 p.m. EST, Friday the 13th. Is it Friday the 13th this week?
Uh-huh.
That's awesome. Anyway, this Friday the 13th, 2 p.m. EST, it ends. But for this week, instead of 10% off, all YouTuber codes, but you should use mine, RIDETOAST, give you free worldwide shipping, which, depending on where you live in the world, is a way better deal. Somebody in my Discord said they live in Australia and it's $60 shipping. So this is just a way better deal for them. $60. US to Australia.
Oh, good God.
That's the one nice thing about living in the US. Everything ships pretty easily. But that being said, if you like free shit, free samples at Gamer Subs, you can get one per household per flavor, or one per flavor per household. Typically, all you have to do is pay for shipping. The code does apply to that. So if you use this code, you can get every flavor sample just for free straight up. So if you like free shit, code RYTOAST. Anyway, it's my topic. So last time I had a topic, it was like, it wasn't just what are our favorite movies, but it was why. And like, what about those movies we like?
Yeah, like genres and stuff.
Kind of a cop-out, but similar conversation about video games. Because we do share a lot of favorite video games, but we also have vastly different tastes in video games.
Fair.
I kicked off, I guess it's my topic, so I have to kick it off. I was like, I kicked off last time. You can kick this one off. It's my fucking topic. I guess I have to kick it off. So I'm the same way I am with music, and to an extent with movies. With games, I kind of just like everything, to an extent. Games for me need to be at least a little fast. I will not and cannot play Civilization. What is the real-time strategy? Is that the RTS games where it's like you have an overhead view and you're like commanding an army to go take like this country? I can't do those like real-time slow-ass strategy games. Your Warcrafts, what have you. Perfect example, Brutal Legend. Loved that video game. Past tense. Because the first like couple hours of that video game is a fun like fighting comedy. You're Jack Black who's playing metal in hell. Super funny, really fun to play. And then halfway through it turns into an RTS game. Where like, oh, you're commanding a legion to take down these other towers. And immediately I was not interested anymore. And I never kept playing that game because I was like, oh, I don't like this kind of gameplay. I think so my big turnoffs with games are if it's slow, if it's a real-time strategy game, or if there's a lot of like not that fun grinding. And a good example for that would be probably Ni no Kuni 2. Ni no Kuni 2 was, for 80% of its runtime, going to be one of my favorite games of all time. And then I finished the story of one region. And the next story quest was, okay, go to the next region. And I went there. And I was 40 levels under the opening enemies. And I just got wiped. I was like, oh, I guess I missed something. And I looked it up. And everyone's like, no, you just have to grind in the woods for like 2 hours to get to the next region. Like, why I stopped playing. I never finished Ni no Kuni 2. Maybe I'm misunderstanding the game. Let me know in the comments. But when I looked it up, people were like, oh yeah, you just have to grind for a while. It was right after the ocean, like, region. And you moved to this, like, clockwork-esque region. And the jump to that just wiped me. I just couldn't do it. Ironically, Ni no Kuni 2 had a little bit of real-time strategy. But it was quick. And I was okay with that. It was fast. It's gotta be fast. I mean,
it's Sonic.
It doesn't have to be. I do love Sonic. It doesn't have to be fast, but it can't be slow. That's my thing. So those are like my parameters. That being said, what's your like general taste in games, I guess?
I have no idea. It's so weird.
So like your movies and like your music, it's very eclectic.
Yeah. Very eclectic, I guess. Favorite games are Spyro.
Mm-hmm. Great game.
Crash Bash.
Great game. Okay, wait. Pause immediately. When you said Spyro, I assumed series.
Uh-huh.
Do you mean Spyro 1 or like the original trilogy?
The original trilogy.
Okay, so that's your number 1. And then your number 2 is a singular game.
Crash Bash.
Okay, I'm just following. Gotcha.
Well, this isn't in any specific order.
Okay, gotcha.
Very nostalgic. I never beat it because I'm really bad at it. Was Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation, or any Tomb Raider games I'm probably down for.
Once they stopped using tank controls, I enjoyed them. So I guess pretty much everything after like the first like 3 or 4, right? Because Last Revelation wasn't tank controls, was it?
I don't remember. I don't know what that means.
Tank controls is one stick moves you forward and backwards and strafe, and the right stick turns you.
I don't think so.
Did you ever play the original like Resident Evil games?
No.
Okay.
I was gonna say because they didn't really have sticks in PS1. when
Fair.
the first Tomb Raiders came out.
The original Tomb Raiders were tank controls. That much I know.
Interesting.
I don't know how it worked, but maybe it was like the triggers got involved. I don't know. I just know I've seen footage of like the first Tomb Raider where you like have to like line up and then turn and then back up and then line up and then go for the jump. And you're in this like cave with dogs or whatever. Like,
Interesting. I only played the fourth one. I didn't play the first three because the fourth one was the one my dad had.
fair. The first three did not age well. Look, I love Tomb Raider. If you're defending the first three, old head. Anyway.
I like Tekken.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, like Tekken is my go-to fighting game. The Sims. What else do I like? Spooky games, but not like super spooky games because I don't really like being scared. I like
The aesthetic.
the aesthetic of spooky games. Like Dead by Daylight, old school, like year one Dead by Daylight. Favorite. It's not there anymore.
Unfortunately, we will be playing it next year.
I'll
I'll be playing it up until next year. I'll be playing it in preparation for next year. But you are going to play the FNAF chapter with me.
I'm going to play Dead by Daylight with you. It's just year one Dead by Daylight was so good. I miss it.
I'm trying to pick out any theme of these games, and it really isn't.
Faz is a good one that I like.
There aren't really like guiding principles to your likes and dislikes that I can discern.
Kiwi was really fun. Overcooked.
Kiwi was really good. Overcooked. I feel like maybe it's you like a game with either a good story or something that you can socialize with. I feel like are kind of there a little bit.
Yeah.
Because, like, Crash Bash is the second game you listed as favorite games.
That is one of my favorite games.
And I love Crash Bash. Honey, look me in the eyes. I love Crash Bash. It is a really bad game, though.
No, it's not.
Like, objectively,
It's not bad.
the story mode,
It's great.
to unlock the story mode,
It's fun.
when you have to beat each game 6 times at least,
It's fine.
including Crash Ball 4 different times.
It's fine.
I love Crash Bash dearly, and I want a Crash Bash remake. It is a bad game.
It is
though.
not a bad game. Take it back.
The multiplayer of it, amazing. Love that. And I love that there's a cheat code to just unlock them, because goddamn, is it rough to unlock all the minigames in Crash Bash. That was one of it's on the channel in archives, I believe. So you should be able to find, for those of you who don't know, in the main channel, there's a playlist called The Archives. When the FNAF videos started blowing up, I unlisted every video on the channel except for the new FNAF videos, because that would just clog up the channel feed. But I put them on a public playlist. So theoretically, you can go back and watch those videos.
Wait, no, don't do that.
All of Crash, I believe, because I remember the thumbnails, our entire Crash Bash playthrough is on that playlist.
No, don't do that.
And there's an entire 2-hour video dedicated to one challenge of Crash Ball.
No, don't do it.
Crash Ballistic with Engine in the middle.
Oh,
The gem challenge where you have to win against hard computers 2 times in a row with Engine only shooting at you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that took 2 hours.
Uh-huh.
That was one challenge.
Uh-huh. Crash is hard in general.
Not that hard.
Uh-huh.
I've never played a Crash level for 2 hours.
Oh, I have.
Skill issue. I don't. Notably, you said Crash Bash. Is Crash Bandicoot on that list?
I played the first one and I never beat it because I'm bad at Crash.
Crash is hard.
And I played the second one a little bit, never beat it. Crash is hard.
We've got the trilogy. You should play them. I think it's on the Steam Deck or the Switch.
Okay.
So you should. It's easy. You have access to it. I hold the original trilogy of Crash at the same prestige of the original trilogy of Spyro.
If I was good at those games, I'd probably agree, but I'm shit at them.
They're very hard, especially if you're trying to 100% them. To casually beat a Crash game, not that bad. But if you want to get every crate, it's going to take you a bit.
Yeah, no, see, my compulsion requires me to 100%. or I will not beat the game.
I guess you weren't really a Nintendo girl, because I'm surprised you don't like something like Banjo-Kazooie.
I only had a Sony.
Yeah, you never really had the opportunity to play it.
I had a PS1 for the longest time, and then right when PS3 was coming out, I got a PS2 because they were really cheap.
Banjo fans, forgive me for the generalization here, but it's the closest point of contact. Banjo-Kazooie is kind of like Nintendo's Spyro, where it was this big 3D open world collectathon platformer. But instead of like gems and eggs, it was music notes and jigsaw puzzle pieces.
Interesting.
But it kind of, there's a whole thing. But I remember, I've only played them a couple times myself, but I've seen people play them a lot because it's like one of the classic N64 games. People hold it up like right next to like Mario 64, which has not aged well. Banjo-Kazooie aged way better than Mario 64 did. I'm just gonna say it. But I was a big Nintendo kid for a long time. We went PS1, GameCube, Wii, Nintendo onwards, and then I bought a PS3 later in life. And genuinely, for a family, I think that is the correct move. Because the PS1 had a good amount of like decent multiplayer games. Better than like, I guess what would the Nintendo equivalent be? The N64? Oh no. N64 versus PS1. N64 did have more multiplayer games. But regardless, the GameCube I think is a way better family console than the PS2 was.
I didn't get to play with anybody. I played by myself, so it didn't matter to me.
Fair. And like,
or if I did play with someone, it was with my dad, and we only had 2 controllers.
Well, I mean, that's the PS1. And did the PS2 have 4 controller slots? I know a big thing about Nintendo, every console they've released after the SNES had 4 controller slots.
I think so. I don't think every model did, though. I think the first one didn't, but the other one did. But they had, like, adapters, even for the PS1, for 4 controllers.
I had one. I had that, like, shitty Mad Catz thing that would plug in and stop working after 2 years. I had that.
Yeah, but because I grew up an only child till 7. So I would play video games with my dad, and then I was old enough to kind of play video games by myself. And then my dad was aging out of video games somehow. He aged out of video games and stopped playing video games with me. So then I was just all by myself.
Sorry for kneeing the microphone. I was adjusting my leggies.
I didn't need really any family games. And then we did at some point, like my mom thought it would be a good idea to try to do the Wii.
I think objectively the Wii is the best family console.
And it kind of worked. We did a lot of Just Dance and a lot of Wii Fit and a lot of Wii Sports.
Yep.
That was it.
I think because of how accessible the Wii is to play, it is objectively the best family console. Like, I can get an 80-year-old or a 4-year-old to learn how to play Wii Sports in like an hour. And I can't imagine trying to teach an 80-year-old to play any controller-based game. But like, you hand them a Wiimote and go, when you swing, it swings. They're in.
Oh, that reminds me. Guitar Hero.
Oh, yeah.
Guitar Hero is my favorite. I miss Guitar Hero.
It's my IP to sit on and do nothing with. When's the last Guitar Hero game we got that was not the like weird rebranded new version? Like, when's the last color key Guitar Hero game?
Warriors of Rock?
Which was what? The PS2? PS3?
No, 3.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've got like a solid Guitar Hero.
I really want Guitar Hero.
Even just a Guitar Hero, because like I complain about the weird rebrand they did, but even that weird rebrand came out 5+ years ago. Had to be.
Oh, yeah, forever ago. If anybody has old school Guitar Hero drums for the PlayStation 2/3,
we want to play Guitar Hero on the PS2.
Well, the 2 and 3 is compatible because it's USB.
I was referring to a meme.
Oh, okay.
You haven't watched Smiling Friends? I don't think you'll like it. It's very like quick comedy.
Oh, you lost me at comedy.
Fair. But one of the bits is the like side character. We get an episode all about him, and when he leaves his apartment, the landlord runs up to him, and it's like, I wanted to know if you wanted to play Burnout Paradise on the PS2. And it's like this, like, it was like drinking diet soda and smoking weed. Like, it's a really nice day. And he was like, no, I gotta go to work. He's like, okay. And he runs off. It's like a whole thing. But that gets quoted a lot.
I see.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where our game tastes differ, where I like a lot more games than you do, but you also like a select few games that I don't really jive with. I mean, a perfect example I think is The Sims. I enjoy building and making in The Sims. I don't enjoy playing The Sims. And I think it comes to it's too slow for me.
Well, you see there, you don't have crippling anxiety where you need to control every little aspect
That
of
too.
it. And it quells my anxiety.
I like simulation games like Stardew Valley. There's more, I'm sure, but like that's the one that comes.
See,
I love Stardew
really
Valley.
like Stardew because it's really slow.
I think for me, the reason I do like Stardew Valley is because I play it like a completionist, where I'm trying to make as much money as possible, as fast as possible. So, and when you play it that way, it's a very fast game. You're like barely making by every single
I
day.
don't think that's how you're supposed to play it.
Probably not, but that's how I enjoy it.
Okay.
I think for a long time, my favorite game of all time was Borderlands 2. And I don't know if it's definitely still like top 3 or top 5. I don't know if it is my favorite game anymore. It's still a game that we have to play eventually when we get there. But I don't know. Terraria battles for the top spot frequently. And I think it's just maybe it's just like how long I've spent in I've like over 1,000 hours in Terraria, I want to say. Like Steam says 600, that's inaccurate. I've been playing this since middle school. Like I feel like you also just don't really like pixel art games.
No.
I can't think of a pixel art game you like that you would enjoy. I think the art style turns you off. I love pixel art in general. I think it's really charming. I like stylistic games. I don't think a realistic game has ever won me over for art style. Like it's impressive to look at. Like I think I'm thinking of every other zombie game except for the one I'm trying to think of. Which one has Joel and Ellie?
The Last of Us.
Thank you. My brain was like, yes, Left 4 Dead, no. The Walking Dead, no. I'm like, what fucking dead game is this? It wasn't a dead game. That's why I couldn't think of it. The Last of Us, I admit, is really graphically impressive, but the art style of The Last of Us never won me over. It was the characters and the gameplay.
Yeah.
If an art style wins me over, it was a very good game. If an art style wins me over, it's going to be because it's charming. So either it's cute, it's really pretty, or it's like interesting. Realism will never win me over.
It doesn't. Yeah, I guess I kind of agree. It's cool.
Yeah, it's definitely
that's
cool.
Kind of where it what lies.
Yeah, like I think it's like if you showed me a really realistic game, I'd be like, oh, neat. And then if you showed me like a really artistically interesting game, that's when I'm popping off. That's cool.
Oh, speaking of realistic, but like gameplay, Detroit Become
Human, very good game.
So good. I want to replay that.
In retrospect, some of the messaging a little simplified, but it's a good game, so whatever.
Well,
I do. Speaking of art styles, I don't know if you saw this. A new Mario and Luigi game is coming out. It's coming out for Switch. It looks so pretty. They did like a watercolor adjacent art style with line art.
interesting.
Do you see what I mean? Like it's a little like pastel-y almost.
It gives me Kirby vibes.
I do like Kirby. And then like they just have the outlines so they don't blend into the background. I really like that art style. I'm also a huge platformer head. I think that will always be true. If you make a platformer, I will enjoy it. I like jumping on shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very eclectic taste, I guess.
Yeah. For Spyro, because that's probably the one we agree on the most, since it's in both of our like top fives. You don't like platformers.
I don't.
Do you just like the collecting?
I do.
Okay, because that was the one thing that never really made sense, because you do not like platformers, but Spyro is one of your favorite games.
Well, because also 99% of the platforming in Spyro isn't difficult. Like, there's
Fair.
some challenges, like the hardest ones, which is in Spyro 1, which is treetops, and then
It's easy. It's an easy level. I don't know if whisper gets picked up. I think the bit was I was gonna whisper to the microphone so you couldn't hear me say it's easy, but I think maybe only you heard me say it's easy.
fuck off. And haunted towers, the ones with the knights.
Oh, that one kind of sucks.
Those ones drove me nuts as a kid because I could never figure it out, and I didn't have the internet until I was 13, so I could never 100% Spyro 1 until I was well into high school. And that really upset my feelings as a child.
For me, it was never the platforming. I don't think ever gives me a challenge. What gave me a challenge was specific enemies. Metropolis, I think is the name. What the city robot level in Spyro 2. Most of the enemies in that level, I was like gonna say a specific. I'm like, no, most of the enemies from that level. Obviously, the dogs from Toasty.
Oh.
Which is crazy that the first boss has the hardest enemies in the game, and it's not the boss. And I will say, Treetops, the level, not that hard. The enemies in Treetops always catch me off guard.
I could never figure out how to get to that one dragon that was just so far away.
I think I've done it enough that now it's burned into my brain, but usually it would just take me like playing around until I'd accidentally figure it out.
Oh, I could never figure it out. I was not smart.
Oh, and another category of game I love. One of them is in my top 5, if not my number 1. Kart racers. I am such a fan of kart racers. Obviously, it's no surprise. I love Mario Kart. Everybody does. But Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, maybe my favorite game of all time. Legitimately. I have a lot of fun with that game. Muppet Race Mania for the PS1. Very charming racer. If they polish 5 Laps at Freddy's a little bit more, it'll be up there.
Well, it was just the demo. They have time.
It was just the demo. They have time. I've made my thoughts known every time I've brought it up in the hopes that somebody at Click Team hears it. What other kart racers have? Sonic All-Stars Racing. Great.
I played a lot of realistic driving and racing games with my dad on the PlayStation 1.
Boring. I will say, realistic racing games I've never liked. Not once have I enjoyed.
There were a couple that I enjoyed, and I don't remember which ones they were because I was a small child. I really liked, I don't think it was racing. It was just like, it was driver. And like you had like objectives. And then my favorite was because when my dad 100%ed it, there was all these cheats. And I would pick these cheats and I would just drive around. And I would drive around like trying to obey the law. Like I would stop at the stop signs. I would stop at the red lights. I would try to do the speed limit. And whenever I accidentally broke it and I had a police chase on me, then I went all hell. And because I had the indestructible cheat, I would just let them smash into me.
I think I just like car-based games. I think
and then the original, sorry.
No, you're good.
The PlayStation 2 Crash Nitro Kart. I played. I could not understand.
All of those tracks were brought over to Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, which is an amazing game.
I could not understand how to play the original CTR.
It's difficult. It's a learning curve.
But I really liked Nitro Kart.
Once you I think Crash Team, the thing that holds Crash Team Racing back is nothing in game properly explains how it drives. It needs to be explained to you how to play, which is rough and a hard sell for a kart racer. Like Mario Kart will always be more approachable than Crash Team Racing. Crash Team Racing is just the better game. There was that, and I think I just like car-based games a lot. And maybe that goes back to enjoying fast-paced games, but like Simpsons Hit and Run, aka GTA for kids. Really fun game. And I didn't like this. I like The Simpsons. I was never a huge fan. I never sat down, but if it's on, I would watch it. But the Simpsons Hit and Run game, I've beaten that maybe 10 times in my life. Like, beaten it. Or I'm trying to think, like, GTA 5 specifically. Never really played it for the story. Never played a single GTA game for the story. GTA 5 multiplayer that's centered around driving and shit. Primo. Probably the most, and it's not realistic, probably the most realistic car driver game I've ever played and enjoyed is GTA 5.
I never got to play it. You got it for me and we never got to play.
Yeah, we still have to play that sometime. Apparently GTA 6 comes out next year. Maybe we'll just play that one.
Wait, what?
You remember the trailer? It's got all the Florida people in it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think maybe that just comes down to I like fast games and I like driving around and drifting and racing and stuff. Burnout Paradise, another game I love, and not realistic, but more realistic than a kart racer. And maybe that just goes back to I like fast games. Probably why part of the reason why I like Sonic so much, because I do genuinely really like Sonic games. Have you played a Sonic game?
On the original Sega.
That's a good game. Which one?
The first one.
7 out of 10. It's a decent. I think Sonic 2 is probably the best like Sega Sonic game. Sonic 1's pretty good too.
My pop had one, and every time I would go there, I would play Sonic and Golden Axe.
Yep.
I think it was called.
Golden Axe is that like side-scrolling fighting game.
Yep.
Yep.
I really like that one, but also I think I like it for like the nostalgic purposes behind it. Like it was
For
something
sure.
I got to do at my grandparents' house that I could not do at home.
I was Gran and Pop had in that den always had a Sega there, and I'd play Sonic. They'd have Sonic 1, 2, and the Sonic and Knuckles, which you could open the top, plug a different Sonic cartridge on top of it, and play as Knuckles in Sonic 1 or 2, which is crazy that worked all the way back. That's like, for the time and now, that blows my mind.
And then also, my grandparents had a computer with internet before we had a computer with internet, so I used to go there to like play on their computer too, to play on those Cartoon Network website games.
Cartoon Network website games were so good. I saw a TikTok like a week ago that was just like, hey, do you remember these Cartoon Network browser games? And I forgot how many there were.
There were so
Because there's
many.
like 3 or 4 I remember loving, and this showed like 10, and 8 of them I forgot about, and I was like, oh shit, that was peak.
There were so many. Like I have the nostalgic urge to play Cheese Quest, and then the Totally Spies.
Most of them are
Mall
probably
one.
just lost media at this point.
I know. It makes me so sad.
We'll have to see if anybody like remakes them or something. No, my gran had the Sonic games and Mortal Kombat on the Sega. I played a lot of Mortal Kombat on the Sega.
I didn't play Mortal Kombat till we started dating.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I love fighting games too. I think my favorites are probably Mortal Kombat, Tekken, and Naruto. Like those 3 series. The Naruto Shippuden fighting games, probably the best anime fighting games.
I tried playing them because I really liked Naruto when I was younger. I did not like the games.
I really, they're very accessible. They're very simple. Like, there's only like 4 things anyone can do, and then your control stick modifies what those 4 things do. It's almost like if Smash Bros was a little bit more like a fighting game. But because I understand, I think probably the Dragon Ball games have the biggest rally around like, we love these fighting games. They're fun, but if I had to pick like what is the best anime fighting game, it's Naruto hands down. But like Naruto, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Tekken.
I'm so bad at Street Fighter.
I'm really bad at. I'm the worst at Street Fighter because Street Fighter is very like directional based, and I'm really bad at that.
Yeah, same.
Whereas like Mortal Kombat is mainly just like do a couple specific things, and Tekken is button based, and that makes more sense to my brain.
Combos, baby.
I liked Dead or Alive. I didn't play a lot of it. I didn't play a huge amount of it, but I had a couple Dead or Alive games on my DS that I really enjoyed.
Oh, I forgot I had a DS at some point. I really liked to play the Code Lyoko games on the DS, and I had a Bleach game on the DS.
I forgot there was a Bleach game for DS.
I think there's like a couple. I only had one, and I don't remember which one it was.
I had an Naruto fighting game on the DS. It wasn't good. It was like how there was Call of Duty on the DS. Did you know that? It had
No.
local multiplayer.
That's awful.
It was really bad. It was really cool to play local multiplayer Call of Duty on the DS. It was bad though. Like it wasn't good.
I never liked multiplayer shooting games because I don't like when people shoot back at me.
I love multiplayer shooting games. Oh, specifically Call of Duty.
COD Zombies because the zombies don't shoot back at me.
I just preferred Black Ops, I think. Like Black Ops multiplayer, Black Ops Zombies, 1, 2, and 3. I played a lot of. I didn't play as much Black Ops 4 multiplayer. I think that's probably just timing.
Yeah.
Because I think Black Ops 4 came out when we were like in college.
Yes.
And by that time, I wasn't playing on my PS4 as much, and I didn't have it on my PC. I don't know if it came out on. No, it came out on PC, probably. Black Ops 6 though, looking pretty good. I'm gonna be honest.
I didn't even know there was a Black Ops 5 until you showed me Black Ops 6 was coming out. I was like, how did we miss this?
Forgot there was a 5, but the zombies looks pretty good. I do know. I think I do prefer Black Ops Zombies, but I was really into the multiplayer shooting. Was I good? No, but I had a lot of fun.
Oh, I hate them. I don't have fun at all.
I think to this day my favorite Call of Duty game mode, not in a Black Ops, Modern Warfare 3 had a game mode. I think they just called it Survival or something. Imagine it's like zombies, but with bots that would like come, and it's like people who shoot back at you, but it's bots.
Interesting.
I really enjoyed that game mode. I played that game mode a lot. Like that and Black Ops 2 Zombies were probably the most most Call of Duty I played. Top 5 games go. No particular order. That's too hard. But top 5 singular games. And that'll capstone the conversation.
You first.
Me first?
You first.
No particular order. Black Ops 2, Terraria, Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. It's less that I'm trying to think of one. It's more so that there's a lot I'm trying to narrow down. Do I say Spyro 3 here? I think I do. Part of me wants to say Kirby Superstar Ultra, but I don't know. There's so many that fight for that 5th spot for me. And if you ask me tomorrow, this entire list is different. You know, I'll give it to a newer one. I'll give it to Hollow Knight for number 5. Hollow Knight is a game I Steel Soul 100% that game. And for those of you who don't know, Steel Soul is permadeath. So I really like Hollow Knight. Which is funny. The first time I played Hollow Knight, I got lost before I got the dash ability, and I gave up. And then I never played it for a year. And then I tried playing it again and didn't get lost, and it's one of my favorite games now.
Oh, you're so mean.
Metroid Prime also squeaks. I think Metroid Prime is an honorable mention. It might be number 6. Metroid Prime and Hollow Knight fight for a spot because they're a similar genre.
And it has to be singular
games.
Oh, man.
It doesn't have to be exactly 5 if you're at like 6 or 7. I didn't even say Pokemon game. Fuck. I love Pokemon so goddamn much. Did I say Kirby was number 4?
Yeah.
Hey, Kirby, I'm so sorry. Pokemon Platinum is going right there.
I don't know.
No
It's
pressure.
So much pressure.
No pressure. I am going to be completely silent until you figure it out. I'll just be over here drinking my Goof Juice Strawberry Kiwi Gamer Sups, which you can use code RYTOAST for to get free shipping. I will say best flavor we've had so far is Copium. It's like a cranberry cocktail, but sweeter. Really good.
Okay. Spyro.
Spyro 1?
I don't know.
Okay,
I'm trying to pick
I was gonna say, look, I love the Spyro games. Spyro 1 as a favorite is a bold choice.
No. I don't know if I want to put 2 or 3 first.
I think objectively 2 is probably the best, but I think 3 is my favorite. That's how I'm with Crash. I didn't put any Crash Bandicoot games on there because I put Crash Team Racing.
I don't know.
But Crash 2, probably the objective best one, but Crash 3 is my personal favorite.
Like Spyro 2 introduced me to Spyro, and then my dad got me the first one because my cousin had Spyro 2, and I would play it every time I went over there. So he bought me the first Spyro, and I played that by myself. And then my cousin gave me his Spyro, and then I had the third one. Actually, I think I got the third one before that. But I don't know which Spyro is my favorite because I like them all.
Well, I'll give you this. Spyro.
Okay. Tekken 5 because I liked the stories and the characters, although Tekken 6 had a bigger roster. I didn't ever really play the story mode to Tekken 6.
Was Tekken 5 the PS3 one?
PS2.
PS2. Was that? Which one had specifically Miguel with the one hit? Like the first one that had that. Was that 6?
6 or 7?
I want to say it was 6 because I think 7. One of them, like, just I don't even think had me. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Tekken has a character named Miguel who's really hot, and he's this like buff Spanish dude. And if you do this like really intensely weird combo, he'll just laugh to himself and then do one punch, and if you land it, it instantly knocks out the other player, which
like
is
you go
really
from
funny.
full health to no health.
Like it's really hard to pull off and even harder to land, but it's really funny if you do. It's one of my goals.
I think it's in Tekken 6.
I think Tekken 6. But yeah, do yourself a favor. Type in Miguel Tekken 6, and one of the outfits
It might also
has like a deep V here.
He might also be in Tekken 7, but I'm not so I don't remember.
Maybe, but the outfit I remember is Tekken 6, with like the big coat and the deep V.
But okay, so Spyro, Tekken 5.
I really like Tekken Tag Team Tournament.
What really stole my heart when I first got my PlayStation 3 was Final Fantasy 13. The story was great. I never got to beat it because I had the PlayStation that would just shit itself, and I got so close to beating it that I didn't want to go all the way back again. So I never beat the game, but I loved the story so much. It's one of my favorite stories that I've played. Like, I cried. Sims 3, I think, like, I play The Sims 4 all the time because I don't have Sims 3 on my tablet, but I think Sims 3 is my favorite over Sims 4, although Sims 4 with all of the mods that I have is nice. I'm trying to think.
You know, I will say, honorable mention, I don't think it's been long enough for me to make that decision. Baldur's Gate 3 is up there for me. I really like Baldur's Gate 3.
I'm not sure which Tomb Raider game is my favorite because I've played almost all of them and I don't remember which one is which. I'd have to look at the list. I want to say Legend might have been my favorite, but I'm not really sure.
Okay, I looked it up. So if anyone was wondering what I've been doing over here, you're in luck. Apparently, there is a way to play 13 on the Steam Deck.
Oh, really?
So you can now revisit it and be able to play it while having children. Because let me tell you, the reason I'm so insistent on our Switch and our Steam Deck, we got 2 kids. If we want to play a video game, it needs to be here and be able to be paused. Okay? So Steam Deck and Switch and mobile are lifesavers.
Yeah, that's why I just read.
Yeah.
My kids don't let me do anything but read. But yes, there's my answers.
Drastically different lists. I didn't put a Zelda game in my top 5. I like too many games.
Problems.
Wind Waker maybe replaces. I don't even remember anymore.
Okay, let's just move on.
Maybe I boot Terraria out and put Wind Waker. I really like Wind Waker.
Let's just move on.
Yeah, we'll move on. All right. That was a good 45-minute segment.
Oh my god, that was
It's
long.
video games. We basically met because of video games. Like, we started talking anyway. We like video games here.
It's true.
I kind of hope we got Tierlist. I kind of hope we get relationship advice. If not, we'll do it next time. But oh boy, I didn't even fully read the relationship advice one. The title alone, I was like, yeah, we'll talk about that one.
Okay.
Hide choice. It's gonna get spicy. Best anime tier list.
Oh my god.
I think I'm gonna switch to this monitor for this so I can see it better.
I agree, because looking here hurts my neck. It feels more natural to look here.
Anime waifu smash or pass. I'm so curious if there's underage characters on here. The first one's a high school student. Cool. Never change, anime fans. Never change.
How many anime fans are in high school, though?
I mean, fair, but how many anime fans are not in high school?
Also fair, but...
I kind of hope that like just best anime would have been on the front page or not.
We're just gonna have to search for best anime. Oh, there's gonna be so many we probably won't even know.
Oh, for sure. I'll see if there's like a just anime exclamation point. What? So anime exclamation point has like 15 anime, and that's it. And it's got it's got like, you know, the main ones, but also like if you only have 15, The Promised Neverland is one of your 50. That's crazy. Like, look, I'm sure it's a good anime. I've heard the manga's better.
243 popular anime.
Probably our
That sounds
probably
promising.
the best bet. And then if we don't know it, we'll skip it.
All right.
Live voting poll. We've learned. Live voting poll.
Private.
S, A, B, C, D, E, F. Haven't watched. Private. Beep. And then it's presented to us. One Piece. We are officially in the 900s. We're at episode 904. I have not finished this anime. It is my favorite anime of all time.
It is immediately the S tier.
It's just the best test. I can give two testaments, and I gave it on a live stream the other day. Two ways I can advertise this anime to you. One, it's over 1,100 episodes, and it's still good. Two, the main character is an anarchistic, doesn't even want to be a freedom fighter, but ends up being a freedom fighter by doing what he wants at all times, is a trans ally, and half the crew's depressed. Okay. That's how I pitch it. I don't know.
Okay.
Demon Slayer, we have not watched it. It's on our list.
It's on our watch list.
I think we'll like it a lot. We have not watched it. Is it wrong to pick up Girls in a Dungeon? Can we make, I can't make any new tiers. I wanted to make a fucking isekai tier. There are so many wish fulfillment, loser boy, harem of girls isekais. I am so sick of it. Quit making anime to make fucking teenage boys go, oh, the loser boy's just like me, but 10 girls want to fuck him. I fucking hate this genre so much. And I like fantasy. Thank God we're getting good fantasy anime that is not isekai. Because the whole reason I watched isekai is because it was the only fantasy animes that were like actively being made. But now we got shit like Delicious in Dungeon, Frieren, Witch Hat Atelier is coming out. So more fantasy anime, preferably written by women. All of those are written by women, by the way. So is Full Metal, the other good fantasy anime. Does Full Metal count as a fantasy anime? I don't know how else to describe Full Metal's universe besides fantasy.
It's definitely like a fantasy setting, more steampunk.
Yeah, like alt history kind of.
Yeah, very like parallels a lot of World War II.
Yeah, because there's a lot of fantastical elements about it.
I would say it's like a steampunk fantasy.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Not like medieval fantasy.
Also written by women. Naruto Shippuden. Okay, I love OG Naruto. I like Naruto Shippuden a lot. I think that's where I've come to.
So I stopped watching Naruto Shippuden after they saved Gaara in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's kind of like the early stages of Shippuden.
It's funny that we just talked about all these really good anime written by women, and immediately we talk about an anime written by someone who can't write good women.
So I don't even know if I have dibs to rank Shippuden.
I'm gonna put Shippuden at B. OG Naruto, if it's here separately, might go to A or S. Shippuden, I think, goes to B. Boruto, I have not watched.
Haven't watched it.
There it is, OG Naruto. I don't know if I put OG Naruto at S.
It's an A.
A, yeah, I think A is comfortable.
Like, you would put it in A. I might put it in B.
I would put it in high A.
But
so,
it can
yeah.
go in A because it's still pretty good.
And I do like it more than Shippuden, and Shippuden's at B. My Hero, we have not finished. Our last watched episode of My Hero was the end of the villain arc. They kind of all figure out their shit, and then that's where we ended, because that's where it was. We haven't kept up with it. So from what we've watched, I'm comfortable with A. I think it's been very solid.
Okay.
Are you good with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
I've very much enjoyed. I think it's a good... It's this generation's Naruto, I'm comfortable in saying. And
just a more likable main character. Than
more
Naruto.
likable main character, more likable main cast. I'm gonna be super real. I love 1B's class is written better than most of Naruto's side characters. I'm gonna be real. Like, not more than Team 7, but Class 1B is better written than most of the other teams of Konoha. And Class 1B is in like 5 episodes.
Okay.
I've never watched any
Never
Dragon
watched
Ball.
Dragon
That's my
Ball.
blind spot. I've not watched any
I
Dragon
never
Ball.
liked Dragon Ball. I couldn't get into it.
I just haven't tried it.
I've seen and heard a lot of good stuff about Black Clover. I've not watched it.
I've not watched Black Clover either. Maybe one day.
Slime?
Oh, I keep meaning to. So this I've heard was one of the good isekai. It's that time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Oh. Okay.
Very powerful person reincarnated as a little slime blob.
Okay.
I know nothing about it. I heard it's pretty good.
Skip.
The Slime Diaries, a spin-off, I assume. Oh, I have so much beef.
Ugh.
Sword Art Online.
Is that our first F tier?
The first 7 episodes of Sword Art Online, one of the like best stretches of anime I've seen. It's really down to earth. It's really like gritty. There's a whole episode where he finally like finds a party he likes and they die. Like, it's a good anime. And then it's not. And then it's really bad for the rest of the runtime. So I think it is our first F tier.
Mm-hmm.
I would hate it less if it was like it is in the majority the whole time. But the fact that there could have been something really special here and then there wasn't, it goes to F.
And they ruin characters.
Right? They have a good main female character. And then not only do they damsel in distress her, which could have been an interesting arc of like, how do you cope now that you're helpless? Then they SA her with tentacle monsters and fully make her a paper bag. And then there's everyone wants to be the main character's girlfriend, like every other fucking isekai, including his like stepsister thing or whatever, cousin, whatever. Like, F tier. Konosuba, okay. Another exception to the rule. I keep meaning to watch Konosuba. It's a parody isekai. Because everything I've heard of it is, I've not watched it. Everything I've heard of this anime is, it's an isekai making fun of every trope possible as it goes.
Okay.
Which sounds like a great time. I have not watched it. You want to go on your rant?
I have
It's
beef
Fairy
with
Tail.
Fairy Tail. Okay. My feelings are hurt. Because Fairy Tail's written by the same person who wrote Rave Master, which is probably my favorite anime series. If not in my top 5. I don't know if I put it at 1 or I don't know where I put it, but it's one of my favorites. And the anime never got finished because of like studio rights or whatever. And then he made Fairy Tail and reused so much of Rave Master and Fairy Tail that it just pissed me off. So I refused to watch Fairy Tail.
He's making a new series. How much you want to bet it's just going to be the same shit again, but remixed? Honestly, if he makes a 3rd series that's just the same shit mixed, I kind of respect the grind. So we haven't watched Fairy Tail, but out of respect to you, I'll put it in F.
Brotherhood.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
S tier.
A decent argument can be made for objectively the best anime of all time. I don't know if it is, but I think this is one of those anime where you can make that argument. It's such a tight, well-written, well-paced, fully fleshed out story. In like what, 68 episodes, 63 episodes?
72,
72,
like that.
in like 60 to 70 episodes. It tells an entire world-building story, does not waste any time, and does not feel rushed. Easy S tier. The baby is asleep again. ReZero, I have not watched it. I hear a lot about it. I've never watched it. We just
did watch
watched
this
Future
one.
Diary. Future Diary. We just watched it. It's weird to rank.
C. That's what my gut says.
That might be the cold open. It's weird to rank. C. Nothing else has been said. Because on one hand, I think objectively it is a good show. It's just very... There's stuff I really like about it and stuff I don't like about it. So yeah, I guess it goes to C then.
Yeah.
Hunter x Hunter. Look, we're 904 episodes into One Piece. I don't have fucking time to watch Hunter x Hunter, okay? Assassination Classroom. We've only seen season 1, so I still don't know what the fuck this guy is. But only taking season 1 into account, it's like B.
B.
It's like it's a light slice of life, interesting mystery anime. You know, I really like slice of life. Shield Hero. I've watched this.
That one's all you, babe.
The premise sucks and is icky. Well, not the premise of the show. The first episode sucks and is icky. The rest of that season's pretty good. And from what I've heard, season 2 gets worse and worse and worse and worse. So I'm just going to say like E or D. What's weird that there's an E. Usually it's A, B, C, D, F. I guess I'll say because like some of season 1 was pretty good and then it just trailed off, I'll give it like a D. Eminence of Shadow. I have no idea what that is.
I've not even heard of this.
Looks cool. Spy Family. It's so cute.
I love Spy
I want to say
Family.
S.
Yeah.
Like, is it the deepest thing ever? No. But it's slice of life and it's a rom-com. And I love both of those things.
I don't like any of those things, and I love it so much.
It's just really cute. Jujutsu Kaisen, on our list to watch. I'm sure we'll like it.
I have not watched
Have not
it.
watched it. Parasite. Did I watch this? Yes. I couldn't remember if I watched this or read this. You haven't watched this yet. You will like this anime.
Okay.
It might gross you out, but I think you'll like the plot a lot. I love this anime. I don't think it's S for me, but it's probably a solid A. Parasite is really good. Chainsaw Man.
We just watched this one.
We just watched it.
too.
Now it's anime, not manga. And the anime is only like halfway through part 1, I want to say. If it was all of part 1, I think I put it in S tier. But I don't know how they're going to do some of the later bits of the anime.
It's a B for me.
I think I'm okay with B. I would put it in A. I'm okay with B. I love the manga though. Dr. Stone, have not watched.
Not heard.
From what I understand, this dude has like all of humanity's knowledge and then has to restart humanity. And he's like really smart.
Interesting.
That's all I know. Bleach.
Oh.
Is that specifically 1,000 Year War? No, okay.
No, this is just Bleach.
Bleach is such a mixed bag.
I really love Bleach, except for the 2 seasons of filler back to back, basically. That's like in the middle of like one of the biggest arcs ever.
I love Bleach, but there's a lot I don't like about Bleach. It's such a it's less of a mixed bag than Future Diary. I'll say that much. Does it go to A?
B.
I think it goes to B. Shout out a good anime dad though, for the most part. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
He does his best with what he's got.
He's weird.
Weird. Of the anime dads that exist, one of the best. Not saying he's a good dad, but of anime dads that exist, he is one of the best.
Okay.
I can't even read that text. This is one of those new age anime where the title is like a whole ass sentence.
Skip it. I can't even read
I can't
it.
read this. Something about being rejected I showed and took in a high school runaway. I don't know what the fuck this is. Skip whatever the fuck. I haven't watched, can't even read it. This one's not translated.
What is this?
Oh, this is Magi or Magi. I assume Magi for mage. This is that anime when we were looking up redheaded characters had like 3
Yeah.
and seemed interesting. I've not watched it, but it seems interesting.
Yeah. I think I put that on
Attack
my
on
list.
Titan. I watched the first like half season. I could not keep up with that release schedule, man.
I don't like the art style.
I don't mind the art style. I liked that first half season, but the release schedule annoyed me so much that it just turned me off from the show.
I think it's done though, so you can
It might
watch
be
it
done.
now.
Oh, maybe. From what I watched, I enjoyed it, but I can't in good faith say I've watched it. 7 Deadly Sins. Unfortunate what happened to the animation, but I haven't watched it.
Mm-mm.
All I know is that like halfway through the series, the animation budget went into the gutter, and it's really bad now. Oh, this I feel like I know this character.
I can't even.
It's the title was not translated. Why would they do that?
It looks like the underneath got cut off where the translation would be.
Well, I don't recognize it, so it's Dead Man Wonderland, one of Amanda's favorites.
It's written by a woman or two
Written
women.
By, written by women.
I don't remember. I loved
Keep
it.
in mind, popular anime.
It wasn't. I'm surprised it made it on this
I'm
list
very
because I don't think it's very popular because like there was a whole like hiatus and that's why there's only like 12 episodes plus like a bonus one.
So we can only take into account those 12 episodes.
Those 12 episodes are really fucking solid though.
They're really good. It does suck. It ends on a cliffhanger. Not their fault. A? Or do you want to put it to S?
I will put it to A. The manga I would put in S tier. I read that all. The ending kind of hurt my feelings a little bit of the manga, but the anime can go to A.
All right.
I love Dead Man. Dead Man traumatized my sister though.
I don't recognize it and they didn't translate it, so. Oh, Kill la Kill.
Didn't watch it.
I haven't watched it. Oh wait, no. Is that Kill la Kill or is Akame ga Kill something separate? I haven't watched either if it's a separate thing. Hell's Paradise, never watched it. Fate, one of the many fates. Food Wars. I love cooking anime. It's one of the reasons why I like Delicious in Dungeon. I brought it up already. Food Wars needs to stop being so horny. If Food Wars was exactly the same as it is, but people didn't come and get naked every time they ate food, it would probably be up there for one of my favorite anime. That first episode hit. Where, like, they're trying to shut down his dad's restaurant. All he has is breakfast food. And he manages to make a roast by, like, using potatoes and bacon. And it feels like steak and it tastes like steak. Like, that's so... I loved watching it. It was impressive. There's recipes. There's cooking. And then the inspector eats it and comes and gets naked. So, like, I couldn't watch it. I got, like, 2 episodes in it. I was like, okay, well, I guess I can put up with it. And then the second episode, his fellow high schoolers do it too. And I'm like, I can't fucking watch this. So I did not watch it. I wish I could. Isekai Quartet.
No.
I have no idea what this is.
I'm just going to say no.
I don't know what it is. And it's also, like, the translation is so... these images gotta... Hold on. What if I just... Instead of us leaning in every time... What if I just...
No game, no life.
No game, no life. I've heard about that. This is a much better strategy. I thought I had to just open image in new tab and zoom in.
Instead of just going...
Instead of... Huh. No game, no life. I've heard about it. I don't know anything about it, though. Claymore.
I've heard about
I've heard a lot about
this.
this. Have not
I
watched
haven't
it.
seen it either.
Blood
Plus?
Blood Plus? Oh, yeah, there's a plus.
Blood Plus.
I don't know
It
what the
was
hell that
on
is.
Adult Swim. It was one of the few I never really watched because I just wasn't interested in it.
How about Blood Sea? Oh, is
D
this
Gray Man.
D Gray Man? I've heard a lot about D Gray Man.
It's on my list of things to watch.
It's one of the, like, old classics. Not old, but, like, older classics. I've never watched it. But I've heard it's good. Another Fate? Another Fate. I have not watched any of the Fates.
There's a lot of Fate.
There's a lot of Fate. Fate Grand Order, Fate Acrophy, Fruits Basket. I read Fruits Basket. I never watched either anime. I've heard the new anime is really, really good. So I can't say I've watched it. I love the manga, though. Like I said, I'm a slut for a rom-com.
I've not.
You won't like... It's just the, like, most by-the-books rom-com possible. Eden Zero, I don't know what this is.
Looks intriguing.
Oh, God.
My
My Dress Up Darling. One of the worst of the loser boy tries to get with main character girl and fails the whole time. So, like, your Uzaki, your Nagatoro, My Dress Up Darling, that genre, one of the worst.
Icky.
Haven't watched it, but, like, I don't want to.
It's old.
Yu Yu Hakusho. Talk about old. Man, I still haven't watched it, but everyone I've heard that has watched it is like, oh yeah, it's like in my top 10.
They just need to remaster it. Better art.
What in the hell
Monster?
are you? Monster. That looks like a 90s anime I have not watched. Shaman King. I didn't watch it, but I've heard a lot about it. Apparently the remake wasn't that good.
Nada.
World Trigger, Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon, I feel like out of respect, one day I have to watch. And I think I'll like it. Every clip I've seen from Sailor Moon is very funny and charming.
I've seen Sailor Moon as a child, like in that weird, like early morning Adult Swim anime.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you jack shit about it.
Everything I've seen from Sailor Moon was funny. So like I do need to watch this at some point, and I think I will like it. Like the one thing that sticks out to me is still the my work Tuxedo Mask is like holding a rose. He's like, my work here is done, and Sailor Moon is like, you haven't done anything yet, and he just leaves. like at shit like that. Like I know I'll like this. I just have not watched it. The Book of Bantora.
Interesting.
I've never heard of this, but there are titties on the cover, and I mean, I'll look into it.
Last Hope.
Last Hope, no clue. The Devil Lady? Is that literally the Devil Lady? I've no idea. This screams 90s though.
This like gives me Yu-Gi-Oh vibes.
This
like
gives
the art style.
This gives me How to Draw Manga book that you get at Scholastic Fair vibes.
For real.
Oh Lord, I
What
gotta
on
open
earth
this.
is this?
What in the world? Record of Ragnarok. Man,
Hold
we
on,
really
hold
haven't
on.
watched a lot of anime, huh?
Hold on.
There's a lot of naked dudes on this image, including Leaf Man over here. I'm very interested, I'm gonna be honest, if not to know what the fuck is going on. It's one of those battle shonen where everyone is, like, grossly detailed. Like Baki, which is on right now, where it's just, like, the most obscenely muscular dudes you've ever seen. Sorcerer Hunters, another...
That also
a
looks
lot
so
of
90s.
There's a lot of 90s anime I have not watched. Amanda's intrigued. I've never heard of this before. Requiem for the Phantom.
I've heard of this.
I've never heard of this. From the cover, you're intrigued, is my guess. We've got sad boy covered in blood, girl arms around him holding a pistol.
No, it's not that I'm intrigued. It's that it's giving me deja vu.
I've just been in this place before. I have not watched Phantom. Oh, this was really cute. Oh, what is the fucking name of this one? It's like a newer... It was on Netflix. It's like Witch School something. It's like your classic magic school storyline, but like new age and really cute. I didn't get to finish it, but like I watched it. Here's your flashback. I watched it while I was working from home on my office job. It was like on my other monitor. I was like passively watching it. I didn't finish it. But what I saw was really cute. I gotta look up what this... No one knows what the fuck I'm talking about because it's a podcast and I don't know the name of this thing. What if I just look up Netflix witch anime? Not Witcher anime. Witch anime. Little Witch Academia. Yeah, it was really cute. I bet there's a sizable amount of people who really, really like the show. From what I watched, it was cute. Perfectly good slice of life with some magic thrown in. I didn't finish it though. I guess I'll just throw it in like C, because I didn't finish it. What I liked, I enjoyed. Who are you? Princess Resurrection. Something from early 2000s I've never seen. Log Horizon. It's fantasy. Shout out. Never watched it.
I've never heard of it.
Dororo. Almost your favorite anime. I don't know what this is.
I've never heard of it either.
It looks kind of cool with the like swirly stuff. Oh, this is one of the newer. This is one of the isekai reincarnations that there's so many of. It's So I'm a Spider, So What?
Okay.
Where she's reincarnated as a spider. That's her down there.
Okay, honey.
Speed Grapher. Huh? Speed. Oh, like photographer, speedgrapher, because she's holding a camera.
Oh.
I've never... It looks interesting. I've never heard of it.
Okay.
Man, maybe we should have vetted this tier list. We've got 8, 11, 14. We got 16 on the board, and we're like 50. XXX Holic. Never watched it. I've seen it on Netflix a lot. Like this not this thumbnail, but like the XXX Holic thumbnail.
I've not.
I've
Ugh.
never watched it though. Psyche K is on my list.
Not.
I've heard it's like a pretty like good, interesting slice of life,
Okay.
but I've never watched it. Full Metal Panic. Some Gundam anime I've never seen. Not actually Gundam, but some mecha anime I've never seen. Clanad. Now, I made the joke before. This is...
Oh my god.
Clanad. I don't know if there's any Clanad fans. Never watched it. Looking at this thumbnail, this is How to Draw Manga Scholastic Fair Book Core. Holy shit.
It's atrocious. I'm sorry.
They look like experiments. These creatures were made in a lab.
Okay.
Excel World. I love this guy. Shout out. I want to watch it just for this guy.
He's so dinky.
I don't know what it is, but I love the little guy in the front.
Never watched
Black Butler, never watched it.
I won't. I refuse. That looks vaguely familiar.
Tokyo Ravens. Couldn't tell you. Steins Gate. I've had so many people recommend Steins Gate to me.
I've heard of it.
So many people recommend Steins Gate. I've never watched it, but it's on my list. Iruma, welcome to Dungeons. Welcome to Demon School. Iruma-kun. Never watched this.
What? Okay.
It seems newer.
It does.
Interesting art style. I've never heard of it before.
Radiant.
Are these popular, or is this some person's favorite anime? Like, I feel like I'm at least a little bit in the know where I know most popular anime. These are popular anime? What the fuck is Radiant? I've never heard of Radiant.
Ghost Stories.
Ghost Stories. We still have not watched it all the way through. Shout out the dub for Ghost Stories. Wild dub. In retrospect,
The
in
dub is
2024,
so good.
I love it, but in 2024, the dub's getting like a little rough.
E.
E. It'll be the only E. Oh, that's D. Oops.
Skip.
Haruhi Suzumiya. I've seen this character.
She looks like a bitch.
She's called the melancholy of her. The melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. I've never heard of it, but I've seen that character a bunch. The reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world. I'm sorry. If your title is more than 5 words, I'm not watching. Especially if it has the words reincarnation, another world, or strongest in the title. I'm not fucking watching. I'm so done with this genre. Sorry. Every fucking new anime is I was the strongest archmage of my past life, but I was reincarnated as the new, like, every anime is this.
Okay.
I'm so done.
Calm. The
Irregular at Magic School. No idea.
That looks kind of bad.
Never heard. Oh boy, here we go. I got a cheat skill in another world and became unrivaled in the real world. Shut the fuck up. Orient something, because it's not translated. Looks cool. Never heard of it.
Sure does.
The Promised Neverland. This I've heard. Everyone who's recommended this to me says read the manga, because apparently the anime spiraled way out of control.
It looks kind of depressing.
It is.
Oh, okay.
From what I understand, spoilers if you haven't seen it, but it's revealed like very early on. These kids are essentially like raised to be food, and they're trying to break out.
I see.
That's all I know. I've never watched or read it, but I've heard the anime like spiraled way off course, so just read it. Mob Psycho 100. I really want to watch this. It's on my list. I have not watched it, but the art style for this looks crazy. Goblin Slayer. I have not watched it. I have heard it's a rough watch. At least the first episode is notorious, but I do mean to watch the rest of it. I've heard the rest of it's pretty good.
No, thank you.
Devil's part-timer. I didn't finish it, but I watched like the first half of the season. It was fun. Fun little slice of life.
Where you put it?
We didn't see. It was a fun little slice of life. Elfin Lee. I'm never sure if it's Elfin Lied or Elfin Lied.
I don't know.
I've had so many.
I've
This is like
not watched it.
This is like one of the like top tiers people recommend.
Yes, it's been on my list. I've just never gotten around to it.
It looks really interesting. Talentless Nana. Don't know what that is. Kakeguri. Don't know what that is. Erased. This is one of the ones that gets recommended to us a lot. I'm pretty sure this is the one where it's like he's in a coma for like 7 years and he has to figure out like what happened to his like friend or something. I don't know. I've heard this is a very sad one, which means I think you'll like it. Bungo Stray Dogs. This also gets recommended a lot to me. Never seen it, but I've heard that name a lot. Sankaria, Undying Love. I don't know what these are. These are not popular. Danganronpa has an anime? These are not popular anime. I've not heard of a single fucking one. Combatants Will Be Dispatched? Who are you? Free? Okay, I've heard of Free. I haven't watched Free. Overlord, I've heard of that one. I haven't watched this. Kaguya-sama Love is War. Meaning to watch it. Haven't watched it. Black Lagoon. We shouldn't have done this, dude. Black Lagoon. Haven't watched it. Oh, God. How a Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom.
Oh,
haven't
God.
watched it. The World's Finest Assassin. Looks cool. Haven't watched it. High School DxD. Isn't that the titty anime?
I don't know.
No, that's High School of the Dead. I don't know what High School DxD is. But, I mean, looking at this...
so fucking 90s.
It looks, yeah. Is that a fucking dual disc? That looks like a dual disc. Am I crazy?
It does look like a dual disc.
I guess it's like a gauntlet. But it looks like and he looks like
Yu-Gi-Oh character.
He fucking looks like the main guy from Yu-Gi-Oh GX a little bit. Jaden, like he's got the Jaden hair going. Rent a Girlfriend. One of the other worst of the loser boy tries to get with girl. Cowboy Bebop. We're gonna differ. I put it in A. But you haven't watched it.
So boring.
So I get to put it where I want.
It. No.
Oh, can I put it in B at least?
Fine.
For Bebop.
Fine.
Cowboy Bebop has some of the best choreographed fights I've ever seen in an anime.
It's so slow. It's so boring. It's so bad.
How do you feel about I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level? How about you? I can't say that on YouTube. The smart ones will know what that joke was going to be. The Misfit of Demon King Academy.
That looks vaguely familiar, but I've not watched it.
I haven't watched it. The Aristocrats, Otherworld. This is just the Isekai list. The legendary hero is dead. Don't know what you are. Accelerator. It looks interesting. I've never seen it.
Oh, weird. Another?
Oh, I've heard of Another. This is one of those characters go through incredibly graphic and gory shit. The anime.
Oh, okay.
I don't think she starts with that eye patch.
Oh, okay.
I've heard of Another. I have not watched it.
Berserk.
I have not watched it. I heard the anime adaptation was garbage, though. Blue Lock as soccer anime. Have not watched it.
Death
Note. You said C?
C, yeah. I definitely feel like we're missing a C that's supposed to be there.
Surely we are. Saga. Don't know. Blue Exorcist. I watched the first episode. It was pretty good. I didn't
That's on our watch list.
It was pretty good. I just didn't get to continue it. Fire Force. I haven't watched it. I've heard it's really good except for like one character who's in a bikini the whole time. Code Geass.
Okay, I put that in B.
Okay.
I really liked it. Better than Death Note.
Tokyo Ghoul. I have not watched.
I did not watch that
I've heard
either.
it was good though. High School of the Dead. This is the one that's obscenely fan service the whole time.
There's not even a name.
There's no text. There is a white boy, a girl in like a priest outfit, and a girl in a school outfit, and that's it. No text on that one. This one's cut off. It just says JoJo's. I've not watched any of JoJo's. Again, we are 904 episodes into One Piece. I do not have time for another 400 plus episode anime right now. Okay, so Kill la Kill and Agame ka Kill are two different things. Haven't watched either of them.
Nope.
Evangelion. I've never watched it.
Okay, so I think I've technically watched some of it when I was like 10. I don't remember a damn thing about it. What the hell is that?
It looks really cute.
I'm really intrigued.
Skeleton Knight in Another World. God, it says Another World. I'm gonna explode. At least it looks really cute, though. It looks so cute. I kind of want to really watch that, actually. I'll watch a couple episodes and let you know if it's any good. Iron-Blooded Orphans Mobile Suit Gundam.
That is not the Gundam that I watched.
That is crazy of a title. That's not translated.
Not translated.
Oh, no. I've seen... This is Tokyo Revengers. I've seen
Okay.
these characters.
They're all blonde.
Yeah. I don't know shit about it, though. Spy Classroom. Isn't that just assassination? Inuyasha. Now, this is I've never finished it, but I've watched a lot of it.
It is probably in my top 10 favorite animes, mostly for nostalgia purposes.
I was gonna say, like, objectively, though.
Let me be real. It's probably the only anime with the millions of love triangles that crack me up because it's so fucking stupid. I love it.
I wonder how many people were turned into furries because of this show. He does have the dog ears.
And I never really like had a crush on any of the characters in this anime either. I was really intrigued in the overarching plot.
You didn't have a crush on Inuyasha?
I did not.
I had a little bit of a crush on Inuyasha. Like, what do you mean?
I didn't really care for Miroku either.
Is Miroku
The horny priest
I was gonna say
the monk.
shitty Dedenne
with the hole.
with the hole?
Yeah, no. Sango was fine.
I like that boomerang girl. I thought she was
That's
cute.
Sango.
Sango, okay.
Kagome's
I don't know any of the
alright.
names.
Sesshomaru, I think, is probably the most attractive.
Which one was this one?
Shippo.
I love Shippo. I
He's
fucking
great.
love Shippo. I
But,
didn't have like a
like-
crush on Shippo. Shippo's just funny as hell.
I don't think Inuyasha deserves S tier rank.
No.
I will put it in A tier.
I loved Inuyasha. I'm not putting it in S tier. Corpse Princess. Trinity Blood. I don't know.
That's the thing that we're supposed to watch. I love
Soul
Soul
Eater.
Eater.
Now, Soul Eater needs a brotherhood.
It does.
Soul Eater needs to be redone and not do any filler and do the full manga. That being said, with the anime we have in front of us, there's a lot to really like about Soul Eater. It just ends a little too early.
It ends so badly.
And the ending they went with is bad. So I think A? Yeah, I really, really like Soul Eater. Konosuba, this is a spin-off. Sword of Retoria. Suppose a kid from the last dungeon, Boonies, moved to a starter town. Shut the fuck up. Problem children are coming from another world, aren't they? The aren't they is crazy. By the grace of the gods. I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Cyberpunk Edge Runners. I have not watched it, but I heard a lot of good things.
I've not seen it. I don't know what
I'm
that
interested.
is.
The Something Bride, and it's like a girl kissing this skull dude. It looks cool. Dead Mount Deathplay. That sounds like a kink. I've never heard of this before. Ruby. I
didn't watch
really
it.
tried to like Ruby. I can't get with the art style. It just doesn't vibe with me. The character designs are cool though. I like the main girl's like scythe thing. Beaufry? Both of these. Sorry, it's right there. Oh, I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max up my defense. I've heard that title before. I've never heard of Bofurry though. That's crazy. The Light at something Northern War. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
okay.
Persona 5 had an
5.
anime?
Interesting.
Interesting. Tsukimichi, Moonlit Fantasy.
Interesting.
No clue. One Punch Man. I think I would enjoy it. It seems like just a fun comedy time with some decent fights in it.
Oh, you didn't watch it?
No,
I
never
thought
have.
you did.
I've seen clips.
Oh, okay.
But I think I'd like it. I just haven't watched it. Dragon R Academy. No clue, but that screams early 2000s.
Oh my god, late 90s.
Classroom of the Elite.
No.
No clue what that is. Hack Sign. I've seen that title a lot.
This has been on my
Like dot hack?
Yeah, to investigate because I see it around.
There's a lot of games of that too.
Oh.
When I was working at a GameStop, I know for a fact there's a lot of games because it's first in the alphabet always.
You didn't work at a GameStop.
Game Shop.
Oh, Game Shop. I was like, you did not work.
I did not work at a GameStop. I worked at a local game store. Much better experience. But because it's .hack, it's always at the first of the alphabet. So I've seen a lot of this game.
It's always at the first of every list.
18 if. And she's like dissolving. That
What?
I'm interested. I don't know what it is. Angels of Death.
That looks very like early 2000s.
That looks, I would say, like
mid
2000s, like closer to like 2008, 2009.
Yeah.
A Furietta from commonplace to world's strongest, and it's just another isekai.
Black
Bullet. No
Different
clue.
from Black Butler.
Black Summoner.
Interesting. That's
Blue gender? Is that what that says? I think it's blue gender. I don't know what the fuck.
I've heard of that. I don't know what it is though.
Boogie Pop and others. Shout out. What a good title. I don't know what the fuck this is about, but I really like Boogie Pop and Others. It sure is. Dragon Quest had an anime. Interesting. Never watched it. Banished. Something about Heroes Party. It's
Isekai.
In/Spectre. Don't know who you are. My Isekai life. I'm gonna die. The daily life of the immortal king. Okay. Gate. Trinity 7. The most heretical last boss queen from villainess to savior. Tower of God I've heard a lot about. Never watched it, but I have heard about this one.
Okay.
Oh, Rurouni Kenshin. This is like one of the like recommended older ones.
Yeah, that's like old school.
Oh yeah, it's like 90s. Call of the Night, Heaven's Lost Property, The Law of Ueki, Flame of Rekka, Scried, Lost Universe. Rave Master made. I was gonna say if fucking half of these make the list, Rave Master better fucking show up.
I love Rave Master.
You can put it wherever you want.
Please put it in S tier.
Rave Master will go to S tier. I've watched like 4 episodes of Rave Master.
I've watched it all.
It was the 4Kids dub of Rave Master.
I've watched it subbed. I've watched the dubbed, which is 4Kids, which is atrociously fantastic.
It's
great.
really bad, but it's the 4Kids dub is at least entertainingly bad.
It's so good.
There's literally like a section, and I'm sure it's just fully added by 4Kids, but there's just like 4 guards guarding a gate, and I don't know what the actual manga or anime is, but every time they cut to them in the dub, they're a barbershop quartet for some reason. Because why not? Am I actually the strongest? What the fuck is Mushoku Tensei Jobless? Oh, I've heard of Jobless Reincarnation. Another reincarnation. My unique skill makes me OP even at level 1. Dark Gathering. At least that one looks interesting.
It does look interesting.
Farming I've gotten so many ads on Crunchyroll for this anime. Farming in Another World. Farming Life in Another World. Okay, now this one I do want to watch. Reborn as a vending machine. I now wander the dungeon. And it's just a vending machine with anime eyes.
This is so
That
stupid.
looks so good. I don't know what the fuck it's about. I gotta know what the vending machine does. It does remind me of Satellite Girl and Milk Cow. Satellite Girl and Milk Cow, acid trip of a movie. I did enjoy it though.
It was so bad.
Nier Automata had an anime.
Oh,
Interesting.
interesting. It's been on my video game playlist.
Isekai Cheat Magician, reincarnated as a sword. 86. Just the number 86.
Okay, but like you know what 86 means, right?
Get rid of.
No,
Or we're
means
out
you're
of.
out of.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Divergence Eve. 90s. Reign of the 7 Spellblades. Interesting. Darwin's Game. Okay. Evolution. People are dying. Battle game in 5 seconds.
Interesting.
Sounds like a short anime.
That looks
I thought,
intriguing.
okay, so it's Killing Bites in really shitty font with a bunch of girls on the cover. And for a half second, I thought this title was Killing Bitches. I'm gonna be real.
I'm pretty sure this blondie over here is male.
Oh, that's a dude, yeah.
It's got
the
that
main
square
person
jaw.
is a girl.
You can see her titties.
Hell yeah, you can. I say, hoping they're of age.
Gantz. I've heard of that one.
I've never heard of Gantz. Darling in the Franxx. I've only ever heard of this because of the popularity of this character. She's like a pink-haired girl who can turn into a T-Rex or something.
Okay.
That's the only reason I've ever heard of this anime. Guilty Crown. I have no idea what that is. God Eater. No, Seraph of the End Vampire. At least we're out of like the isekais. Hell Girl looks
Kind
creepy.
of cool.
Interesting. There we go. Durarara.
Oh my god, I love this. Ah, it's so good. I was like such a weeb about this when I was in like 9th grade. It was my obsession.
There was a time where you wanted to name one of our kids Masomi.
Oh, hell yeah.
After one of the characters from the show.
I love Masomi. It's a good name.
It's a good name. Yeah, it's a really good anime. One of the best.
That was when I was going to adopt all my children.
One of the best character stories, I think. Like, the overarching plot is interesting and good, but I think Durarara's strength is in its characters.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of an anime off the top of my head that gives their entire cast that much to do, because it's a big cast and none of them feel like a side one-off character,
right?
And it's also not overwhelming. It's a very good interwoven plot.
It's so good.
Never watched season 2.
I watched it once. It was good. I don't remember. It's been a long time.
Season 1 is like peak.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we can put an S tier.
S tier.
Chaos Head, no idea. Kind of creepy looking. Lane? I don't even... Texan Lies? I don't even know how to pronounce that. The fruit of evolution. Before I knew it, my life had it made. Okay. Rod. Oh, Read or Die. Shout out Read or Die.
I heard that as Royd, and I was like, excuse me?
Well, the dots looked weird. That's fair. Darker Than Black. I had no idea. Kaze no Stigma. I've seen this cover.
It looks very early 2000s.
Yeah, you can see it with like the bang shape.
And the eyes.
Ghost Hunt?
Interesting.
Never seen it before. Kamikatsu, working for God in Godless World.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think I've heard of this. It's one of them that seemed like kind of interesting, where it's like there are no gods in this fantasy world, and then like a new god is born and he has to work for it or something. I don't know. Urusei Yatsura. No clue. Tower of Draga. This is 90s if I've ever... It's either 90s or really bad. Possibly both. What the fuck is Gleipnir?
I have no idea.
Gleipnir? Gleipnir. It looks creepy.
It gives FNAF vibes.
I am interested. How not to summon a demon lord. Beast Tamer. I'm quitting heroing, and I'm sure that title continues. Title's too small and I don't recognize it. I'm the villainess, so I'm taming the final boss. Okay. Oh, we just watched Zom 100.
Oh, that was nice.
I really liked Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead. Like I've said, I like a slice of life. It also like had some like decent little action bits, some suspenseful bits, but I really like slice of life. And I haven't seen a post-apocalyptic slice of life. And this gave me that, and I really like that.
Okay.
I think... Does it go in A or B is where I'm at. Because, like, it's not groundbreaking, it's not blowing my mind, but it's the art style's really nice, the characters are fun, the slice of life is good. I'm between B and A here.
I think I lean a little more towards B, but that's because I don't care too much for slice of life, but I did enjoy it, so
I guess we can go B. I mean, B puts it within like Naruto Shippuden, Chainsaw Man. Like that feels good. The fuck is that?
I don't know.
Saga of something. It's like a small girl with a big gun. Aesthetica, Rogue Hero. No clue. No clue. Psychopaths. Everyone recommends me to watch this. I still have not. Death Parade. You have been recommended to watch this. This is all I know about this. The theme song is a banger. The show is incredibly depressing.
Of course.
So it's like one of those shows where you're distraught, and then it's like at the end of the episode, the credits start rolling and everyone starts dancing. It's like one of those.
Oh boy.
Batum. Okay.
Okay.
Ningen Fushin adventurers who don't believe in humanity will save the world. Wise man's grandchild. No clue. In another world with my
smartphone.
smartphone. I'm gonna die. Look. Okay,
Just-
I understand. Oh, poor baby.
Just skip them.
Skip. If I don't know, I'm at this point. If we haven't watched it or I don't know what it is, we're just skipping it. One of them said trapped in a dating sim. I'm losing my mind. That's just One Piece again. I feel like this is missing anime.
This is missing a lot of anime.
This was just an isekai list. Who made this list? That's our tier list. We're definitely at an hour and a half. That's going to be the podcast for today. We still don't have an outro because I forgot to make one. Email us by, I guess. Later. I hope that tier list was entertaining. It was not entertaining to me.